All right. Good morning or afternoon or evening, depending on where you're reaching out to us from. My name is Jason Hophoff. I am the community support coordinator with MSU and like to welcome you to our Breaking Boundaries in Mobility from Sit and Stand. Today with us, we have Amir Shori. So Amir, go ahead and it's all yours.
Thank you so much, and we are super happy to be here and excited about this webinar and the opportunity to present you with the products that we have developed and commercialized over the last few years. We have initially created the relationship with MSU, I think a few months back, presented the product, and it was primarily due to the reason that we received more and more people with muscular myositis approaching us and asking about the products. Initially, the products were developed for the elderly community, but we found out over time that more people can use them. And we created this relationship, and it presented the product and looked really for feedback if the products the guys at MSU were to think are relevant for people with myositis, and they tried the product, they said yes, and we said, okay, let's do a webinar and present the product to more people, and we are here today. So what's the plan? What have we planned? So first, we're going to explain what is Sit and Stand. I'm going to show you a short video about the three products we have. I think it's a good video that explains the difference between the product and what the product can do. But then I will go product by product and I'll explain and demonstrate each and every product. It will give you a good opportunity. It will give you a good opportunity to ask questions or to write yourself questions. You can write them on the chat as well, and we will respond at the end or during the chat. And after each product that I will present, I will also show a testimonial from a real person, real user using this product, and basically their feedback about the product based on a Zoom interview we conducted with them. After that, after this session of presenting the three products, I will go through FAQs, mainly the questions that we've received in the past from different customers, just to save on some of the Q&A later, and I'll reply the standard response we have on those questions. And then it will be an open session for Q&A if you guys want to ask questions, like Jason mentioned in the beginning. We also have a nice coupon code for all of you, which you can get at the end of the webinar. If you have to leave in the middle, or if you're eager to know the coupon code, you can write us in the chat, and Rebecca will respond on the chat with the coupon code. Rebecca is working with me in the back office here. So without further ado, let me go to the next slide and play the video to show you what is Sit and Stand.
Sit and Stand is a chairlift assist device designed to allow anyone to sit and stand with ease and confidence everywhere, thanks to its proprietary air bladder technology that allows a safe and steady lift. It is the Everywhere Lift Chair. Sit and Stand is ideal for anyone who needs assistance when sitting and standing. Whether you experience muscle fatigue or weakness, suffer from neuromuscular condition, or may be recovering from a surgery, such as knee joint replacement or hernia operation. The Classic is for the home user. The Compact is ideal for people who are more active and leave home more often. And the wheelchair model is for those who sit for long hours in wheelchairs and need assistance standing and returning to the chair. All sit and stand models are portable and battery operated. They gradually raise the user up to 8 inches in 4 stages of 2-inch increments. All models have 400 pounds weight capacity, and when fully deflated, they don't interfere with the normal feel of the underlying seat. The sit and stand is comfortable to sit on for long hours. The user can control the lift height based on their specific needs. By increasing the angle between the thigh and the calf, standing becomes much easier and safer. Sit and stand also reduces risk of falling injuries when returning to a seating position. Exceptional stability and balance are achieved through its proprietary horizontal lift mechanism. Whether you mostly stay at home, like to travel outdoors, or need some assistance when wheeling around, simply choose the right sit and stand model that is best for you and live your life everywhere independently.
So the first product I want to present you with is the Sit and Stand Classic. It's the product that is ideal for the person that is spending most of his or her time around the home and is looking for a solution to change positioning from sitting to standing in various chairs. Okay, this is the product. It weighs 8 pounds of weight, and the air system is in the back and the cushion is in the front. The way to install it on over chair is just by placing the long cloth on the back of the seat and to make sure that it's molded to the shape of the seat. Okay. As you can see here on the side, and I will show you, it's very, very thin. It's very, very thin. All material is fabric. It's very thin. It has here in the bottom of the seat anti-skid, anti-slip silicone dots to avoid slipping around. And if I want to move it, I'm taking 2 handles, one from here and one from here, and I can move it from a chair to a chair. So the reason we designed the product in such a way that it's thin, it's because we want it to not to be felt when it's not in action, meaning I can sit for long hours, okay? And I'm at the same height level as everybody else. I'm not sitting over cushions, okay? And I'm not sitting uncomfortable. And basically, I don't change the ergonomic of the chair. If the chair is soft, then I would feel a soft surface underneath me. If the chair is a little bit more firm, this is what I will feel. There's no change to the ergonomic of the chair at all. I see some questions on the chat, so I'll just ask you, do you guys hear me?
We could hear you. Would you mind showing the attendees what you've got on the chair? Before the video was still up, so nobody could see what you were putting down.
So our product, the first product that I'm introducing you, thank you for the question, and please, if you have further during the presentation, feel free to ask it. So the first product I'm presenting you today is the Sit and Stand Classic. It comes folded like this, and it has a handle here. And to install it over a chair, I simply hold it in this handle and in this handle here, and I'm laying it over the chair in this way, okay? Here I have here I have the pipes that runs the air from the motor, which is in the back, okay? And here I also have copper wires that helps me to mold the shape of the cloth to the shape of the back of the seat, okay? And if I have a taller chair, it can also hang like this. I'll show you in a minute. So it comes like that. And then when I'm sitting down on this product, I don't feel it. However, when I want to stand up, I'm using the remote control. Remote control is a very easy remote control. It has only 2 buttons, up and down. It has a standby mode indication, which is the green button flashing. I will show it in a minute to the camera. And it has a battery indication, and it has a malfunction indication. If I want to stand up, all I have to do in today's, without the product, I have to lean forward. I have to push with my hands, and maybe I'll get assisted by someone. I have to lean forward, take my weight forward, and then push my legs and stand up. With the sit and stand, the idea is the same. The idea is the same, but we are getting assisted on the first 8 inches of height, okay? We're using an air technology, a proprietary air technology composed from 4 bladders of air. And when I'm clicking the up button, the pump in the back of the seat goes into operation, and it inflates 2 inches. It inflates only 2 inches. It doesn't go all the way in one go, because we want the user to have the control over the product. And now I'm already sitting on a 2 inches of air, of a cushion filled with air. It's very, very solid. It's not wobbly, and I can, like other people do, I can choose to sit on it and stay on it for as long as I want. I'm in control, okay? It doesn't propel me forward. It doesn't push me forward. I'm totally horizontal, and all I have to make sure is that I'm disengaging my back from the back of the seat, right? Because if I want to stand up, I cannot lean back. It doesn't make sense, and it's not the way we do it. We just need to make sure to disengage our back from the back of the seat a little bit, make sure our legs are firmly on the floor. I'll take a little bit back so you can see my legs. Make sure my legs are firmly on the floor. There's no weight on my legs. It doesn't push me forward. So this was the first level. I'll click the remote again, and the pump will go into operation again. It makes some noise of air, okay, but I'm in the home, so it is fine. And now I'm sitting already on 4 inches of air. I'll click it again, and I'm already on 6 inches of air. And you can see gradually how the angle between my thigh and my calf is changing. While I'm on 6 inches high already, clicking the button again, and I'm already 8 inches high, okay, 8 inches high, but I'm completely horizontal. There is no pressure on my legs at all. I can then leave the remote, and because I have an increased the angle between the thigh and the calf, I can get a rollator, get someone's assistant, but they don't take my full weight, or use my hands, lean a bit forward, and stand up in a much easier way. Okay, if I were to bring it closer a little bit, you can see this is how the product This is how the product looks when it's filled with air. So what you can see here, you can see 2 surfaces. One, this surface. This surface is completely flat, horizontal to the floor, okay? And this surface is beveled. The reason this surface is beveled is when I'm sitting down and when I'm in the process of standing up, I have my legs completely on the floor. If this was in one line, like 90 degrees, my legs would be in the air, and this doesn't give us the stability we want. It doesn't give us the safety we want when we use a product related to mobility. We want to feel that we are controlling the product and not the product control us. Okay, so now the process of sitting down, when one faces challenges in standing up, there are equal challenges in sitting down, because if the product is not here available for me, what happens usually is what we call flopping into the chair. So I'm coming to sit down and I'm falling into the chair. Okay, the last 8 inches are really, a tipping point where I can lose my balance, I can fall off the chair, I can rock the chair back. It's the dangerous zone. It's the non-comfortable zone we don't want to be in. But with sit and stand, once it's on the chair, and it can be left inflated for as long as we want, okay? It's a battery operated, and it can be left inflated overnight. I'll stand up, I went to the kitchen, I did something, I'm coming back, I'm positioning myself with the legs to the seat, preparing myself to sitting down, And then when I'm sitting down, I'm leaning against it. What happens is I'm sitting tall, okay? So there's no plopping into the chair, okay? It takes my weight. The weight capacity of each of our products is 400 pounds. Now, when I'm sitting here, I take the remote control, and now I'm in control. And again, it takes me down level by level. I click the down button, and then I click it again. Now I'm sitting on 6 inches. And now on 4 inches. Now I can arrange myself a little bit better. Like so. And now I'm all the way down. Okay. The technology is powered by a battery, a lithium-ion battery that sits here in the back. I can nicely open the zipper with one hand, and I can take out the battery. It's a lithium-ion battery. Overnight charge will give you 5 to 7 days of operation and 40 cycles of inflation and deflation. Okay. And it has magnets here. So even if I have shaky hands, it's very easy to install it and to put it back into the pump. The way to charge the battery, we have here, I'll show you, hole for the charging unit that goes through the, goes into the wall, like so. I'm just connecting it and charging it overnight. And when it's green, it means it's full. Okay. So the sit and stand is what we call the everywhere lift chair. Basically, the idea was to develop a system that it's portable, not just outside the home, but also inside the home, and can be adaptable to different chairs. So I have a recliner here, and let's say I don't want to buy a lift chair, or I already have a lift chair at home, but I don't want to buy another one, and I have a recliner that I like, and I want to turn that recliner into a lift chair. So in this case, I would put it like this. The pump will be at the back. And since it's deep, I usually recommend to put a cushion in the back, so it pushes it a little bit forward. But the idea is exactly the same. I can choose to inflate it even before I sit down, and I will show you now how it inflates. When I'm not sitting on it, this is the first level. And this is the fourth level, giving you 8 inches of height. It's worth mentioning that this product also have a removable cover, meaning I can take it off and I can wash it in my laundry machine. Okay. And here I can, same idea, just coming closer to the seat, sitting down, and it takes my weight, and I don't plop into the chair. And if I want to stand, I just need to lean forward a little bit, and it will be, doesn't matter how difficult it is for me now, it will be 8 inches easier, right? Because of the height. So this is the sit and stand classic for the home user, or for the garden, anywhere around the home or anywhere around the garden. And I'll show you now a short testimonial of someone using the product and liking the product. And after that, we can continue to the next product in the list we have. I would just need you to share your screen again, please.
My name is Lyle Dixon. I'm 67 years old. I have a rare muscle disease that my muscles deteriorate over time. I was having difficulty getting up out of a regular chair. I couldn't go anywhere from outside the house. Couldn't go to church. I couldn't go shopping with my wife.
We were stuck at home. We didn't go anywhere because he had such anxiety.
I went to dinner with my wife and a couple, and we had to call for an ambulance to come help me, for them to have people to help me stand up after we finished dinner. And that's when I knew I really had a problem and needed some assistance. My son Brad was looking on the internet for something that could help me get out of a regular chair. We purchased this about 18 months ago, and it has changed my life.
It came so fast and easy, and then Gal even called us, and he talked to Lyle and asked her if he had any questions, and it's just been wonderful.
We can go to a friend's house. They don't have to have a special chair. I take the sit and stand and put it in their chair, and we sit there and chat. When it's time to leave, I get up with the sit and stand, and we take it back with us home. The more mobility you have, the better quality of life you have.
It's given him his life back. It's awesome. I can't say enough nice things about it.
It's like my whole world opened up again. I could go back to not having the stress and the worry. I no longer feel like I'm a prisoner in my own house. I can get out of my home confident that any chair or wheelchair I can get out of.
That gift for my husband for his birthday from all 4 kids, they all pitched in, was the best gift for him that he's ever had, because it's given him, yeah, it's given him his life back.
The next product I want to share with you is what we call the Lift Assist Compact, which is all about leaving the home and going out to restaurants. We have people taking it on boats, airplanes, anywhere outside of the home, because people told us, can you make something smaller? Can you make something lighter? So effectively what we created is what we call a lifter in a back. It comes in a backpack. I can take it on my shoulder, okay, or my spouse can take it, and it weighs only 6 pounds. The mechanism of action of the product is the same like the classic. It doesn't have a removable cover, but it is a wipeable. It comes in a bag like this. I'll show you how to open it up and set it up. That's the bag. Here I have the battery. Okay, you can see the battery. Okay, and installing the battery is equally easier, just like that, with a click. And then once I have the battery in the product is on standby all the time. We didn't want to create an on and off, so you don't have to stand up and set it on and off. So this is how the remote looks like, the remote I presented earlier. And you can see the green light flashing, indicating the product is on. There is no battery indication because the battery is full. If it wasn't full, it would be orange. And while the green flashes, it means I still have some battery. And there is a malfunction error here that you can fix by clicking those 2 buttons together for 10 seconds. This is the reset of the software. So this is the compact, okay? Again, six pounds of weight. I have here, again, the silicone dots for anti-slip. I also have an elastic band here in cases I'm using it over chairs that don't have handles, like this one, for example. Okay, so if I want to create extra security, I would just take this elastic band, put it over the top of the seat of the back, and then the pump itself can be on the floor, like so, okay? If I'm on an airplane, which people do, because it's approved for airplanes, I can put it under my seat, okay? And if I'm in a restaurant, I can simply hang it like a school bag, okay? Like so. Okay, so it's nice and neat, like so. Okay. Let me spin myself so. Great. So it hangs like this, and the remote is on the side. The idea is the same. I click the button once, and it will create, it will push air into the cushion, okay? This is the first level. I'll click it again, and now it will go into the second level. Now I can decide that I'm on a better day, and I don't want to use the whole 4 levels, and I will simply sit down on the 2 levels, okay? We had a customer once saying that she takes it to concerts and cinema and sit high and see the movie because she's short, and she said that also gives her another solution. So I thought, hey, it's a nice feature. We didn't design it for that, but it's a nice feature. Now, if I want to stand up, the idea is simply the same. And same idea on the standing up. I can feel stronger in the mornings. I don't have to go the whole 4 levels. So it's really a personal thing. Like if you want to stand up from the first level, you can, the third, or even the 4th, like I'm doing now. And you can see it changes the angle between my thigh and my calf. And I'm standing, okay? And sitting down is the same idea, like so. I don't think I've missed much on this product, so maybe later on you'll have questions I can answer. Let's see a nice testimonial from someone that uses the compact, how it changed their lives in terms of their energy and keeping their mobility.
My name is Mark Lindberg. I live in Batavia, Illinois. I am currently a high school robotics teacher. My underlying condition is called inclusion body myositis. It affects my leg strength to be able to stand from a seated position. Basically, it's near impossible for me to stand up unless I've got the right set of conditions, which I don't always have. Before the sit and stand, I'd have to assess, any place that I went where I was going to sit down to make sure that it was going to be a seating situation that I could reasonably manage to get up from. Because otherwise, I'd be kind of making a scene to try to stand up on my own, and I am really not comfortable getting help because I'm afraid I'm going to drag somebody down. I was introduced to the Sit and Stand at an event called the Abilities Expo. I remember meeting Gal from Sit and Stand, who demonstrated the product to me, and my wife and I immediately recognized the value of the product. For me, every inch of additional height that I have for standing makes it easier. With the Sit and Stand, my wife and I can be much more spontaneous, going to restaurants, seeing our friends, attending church. I know it's not going to turn into a major scene when I go to stand up. With the portable version that I have, the fact that it is portable and I have the flexibility to move it along where I need it, I like the fact that I can get my height increase in stages, that it's not all at once in terms of going from not inflated to fully inflated. I have the ability to have some control over that. It has been a transformative product for me, getting myself back to the things I could do 10 years ago. And it's, one piece of that puzzle to assist me there.
And the last product I want to share with you all is related to a wheelchair. I will just relate to one question that I saw in the chat, whether the device can assist in sitting and standing from a lying in bed position. So though it wasn't designed with that specific task in mind, I did came across customers that told me that they are sleeping over it because of that specific difficulty. I haven't tried it myself, so I don't know to tell you the experience, but since it's thin, it can help. So really, at the end of the day, it's more of a personal decision, because it wasn't designed to be lifting people from sleeping or from lying down to sitting down, but it can help, because it can, if you push it in the mid area of the body, you do get another 8 inches of height. Okay, the next product I want to share with you is a product for the wheelchair user. We received more and more feedbacks from people saying that they are sitting long hours in wheelchairs already, and they find it difficult to stand up from the wheelchair, like they had the difficulty to stand up from any other chair. So they've placed the compact on the wheelchair, and they've placed the classic on the wheelchair, and they asked if we can do something that will be bespoke design for the wheelchair. So we did some observation, and one of the things that we immediately saw is that people that sit long hours in the wheelchair usually sit on some type of a cushion. So what we did, we created this unit, okay? It would fit it would fit perfectly any manual wheelchair from 16 inches to 21 inches. Any wheelchair, power wheelchair that has an opening in the back here, okay, between the sitting area and the back. This is the area where we slide the motor. I'll show it in a minute. But what we did, we introduced a cushion, memory foam cushion, into the product already. So I have only 3 bladders of air in this product, but I already have this 2 inches memory foam cushion integrated in the product. So when I'm installing it in my wheelchair, in the following manner, just slide the motor into the opening between the sitting area and the back of the seat. And then you can see it here on the floor, hanging down. Then I take it up and I hang it with over the handles, over the bar of the wheelchair itself. And then this way, the motor sits very nicely to the back of the seat, doesn't disturb, it's not in the way of the legs of if someone is rolling me. And the battery is here. Again, lithium-ion battery based on a magnet, very easy to slide in even without looking. One hand zipper. And I have my remote control here, which I can run through the back and have it just like this, hang if I'm a caregiver and I want to be able to control, or if I'm okay with operating it myself, I can take the Velcro we supply and just attach it to the side of the to the handle of the seat. So the way the product works from the technology perspective is the same way. The big difference here is that when we all the way down, we are on a 2 inches memory foam, which makes our sitting more nicely, and we can sit long hours on this specific product. We don't need to add another cushion on top of it. Now, if I want to stand up, the idea is the same. I would simply make sure that my legs are firmly on the floor. They are close to the sitting position. They are not like this, but they are like this, okay? And I'm not leaning back, but I'm disengaging my back from the back of the seat. So to involve my core a little bit, I would then click the up button once. It will start pump air into the cushion, okay? And now I'm already on 4 inches because 2 inches of air and 2 inches of memory foam cushion. So that gives me 4 inches. Now it's the second level, so I'm 6 inches high. And this is the third bladder that is being inflated. And I'm now sitting on an 8 inches, 2 inches memory foam and 6 inches of air. Again, very sturdy, not wobbly at all. And I can stand with an ease or easier than it was before. This is how it looks if I'm bringing it closer, okay? You can see I have the 2 inches memory foam here. And sitting down is the same idea, making sure I arrive nice and securely in between the handles. We are keeping the person in between the handles of the wheelchair, so the cushion never inflates above the handles, so it's very safe. And then I'm just going like this. Okay, sitting down and taking down the air all the way down. Again, level by level, I can decide that I want to sit on 4 inches of air and 2 inches memory foam, and that will be equally okay. Or I can decide I'm taking all the way down. And then once it's all the way down, I can reorganize myself all the way and lean back comfortably. We do have customers that are using the compact on the wheelchair, and it's indeed an option for people that are not spending long hours in the wheelchair, but going outside of their home, they need a lift on the wheelchair, and they want to place the compact on the wheelchair. I'll show you how this can be done. So this is the compact that we saw before. Simply put the product in here, like so. Okay, and this can equally go, because it's a manual wheelchair, I can place it inside the opening, which some of the power wheelchair also have it, so it's also possible. And then I would take the handles and just hang it like this. And then I would have my lift assist mechanism set up on the wheelchair, my compact, but it doesn't have the 2 inches memory foam. Okay, once it's all the way down, I can take it, put it in the bag, and go to the restaurant, and I have a solution for the restaurant. So I recently interviewed a customer from the United Kingdom that has been using the product in such a way, and I thought it makes sense to also talk about that. Let's see a short testimonial from someone that using the compact, and then I'll answer some of our FAQs.
My name is Shirley, and I'm 80 years old. Back in the 1940s, when polio was raging, I was one of the victims. So I've been fighting this 78 years. I have limited use of my legs and lower extremities, and I was fighting just getting up from the wheelchair.
Before sit and stand, she would have to rock back and forth in the wheelchair for at least 30 seconds.
I would have to put my hands on the wheelchair and struggle like that to get up.
With the sit and stand, she can stand up with one motion. She doesn't have to rock back and forth. With the sit and stand, she just punches a button and stands up. It's like a miracle. If it had not been for sit and stand, I think she would have been in a nursing home by the end of this year.
The first time she used sit and stand, it was just a remarkable difference. And now with the sit and stand, she has that freedom that she can do that on her own. And we don't worry about a fall or anything like that because of the way it moves. And it's a very smooth transition. It's not choppy. It's just very easy. And honestly, if people don't know she has it, they don't really realize that's what's helping her get up. I think that makes her more comfortable when we have company here and she needs to move from the wheelchair to her lift chair.
Before sitting stand, I would most of the time have to come and hold the wheelchair because it would slide. Even with the locks on, the wheelchair would slide. But after sit and stand, she's standing up, it lifts her up straight. So I don't have to stand there and hold the chair anymore.
I have confidence that I can be more independent. If I wanted to stand up and get something out of the refrigerator, I can. or if I need to go to the bathroom, I can. It gives you a better feeling of yourself when you can take care of your own.
That's great, thank you. And we have another video we want to show you how to install it. Okay, so I think if we can go to the FAQ page, and we will answer some of the most frequent questions. And maybe let's begin with how to hold up the compact in a minute. I'll just deflate the air. So one of the most frequent questions we do here is how about my mobility? Meaning, if I'm using a lift assist device, does it effectively limits my mobility because I exercise less, because I practice less, because my muscles are weak as they are and deteriorate? So what we've found out in the field that it's the opposite, because the device gives me more safety and security in standing up. And therefore, I'm more mobile. I'm standing up and sitting down more times during the day. And one of the greatest dangers is sitting down for long hours. You know, it's like the new smoking. So when I have a device that I can trust and keeps me safe, and the device, as I explained earlier, has different levels of raising up. So I can choose from which level I'm standing up, and I can choose to use the whole 4, or I can choose to use only the 3 to involve my core more. So the bottom line and the result is that it increases my ability, gives me more confidence, and hence I practice more and I'm more active. Does it prevent falls? Yes, I would argue it prevents falls because we know from the data that around 65 to 75% of the falls happening in the transition between sitting and standing, where people tend to thrust their arms and put their hands on the sides of the chair, and that creates a tension that can create you know, a lot of weight on the arms, and then if I'm sleeping down, I can fall. So if I have something that holds my weight and it's a 400 pounds weight capacity, I can prevent some of the falls, at least in the process between sitting and standing. How does this lift me up? So this is a very important, frequent question we come across. As I demonstrated in the video, in the explanation, we lift the person 8 inches high. Okay, so it's a vertical movement. We are not propelling you forward. We are not propelling the user forward, putting weight on the legs. But what we do, we lift effectively the butt 8 inches high, and there is a diagonal and the bevel that allows you to keep your legs on the floor. And this way you have the security from one end that your legs are firmly on the floor. On the other end, you're sitting comfortably on a non-wobbly product that doesn't push you forward. There's no diagonal or catapult movement, as we call it. Is it waterproof? So it's not waterproof. So, but I would say it's water splashed. It's splash proof in the sense that you can leave it in the rain for, until you come back to take it, but not over days. It's definitely wipeable, so you can wipe it with a wet cloth, but it's not for a swimming pool or anything like that. The price of the product is $5.99. That's the retail price. But for those of you coming from the Myositis organization, we have a code that will allow you to buy the product under $100 discount, so the price will effectively be $4.99. Does the insurance cover for it? The insurance, unfortunately, doesn't cover for it. Sometimes you can get extra support privately from insurers, but there's no Medicare or Medicaid insurance for it. One of the questions we had, I think this is all for the FAQ. It's a good time to ask, to go to the Q&A. And I've been asked to present how I'm folding the compact, right? Great. So let me show you that. So this is the compact. I have it in here. And if you have any questions, I think now is the time, because I want to be cautious of time. So I'll explain, I'll answer any questions you have now while I'm doing this. So take out the compact from the wheelchair in this case. Sorry? Okay, let me know if you have any questions, please. Okay, so the way to fold the compact is you fold the sitting area in half, okay? And you attach the bottom of the pump. I'll come closer to the camera so you can see it. You fold it in half, like so, okay? And you take this area, the pump, okay? And you put it on top in the area where you have the zipper on the sitting area. Then you have it like this, which you can take and place into the backpack. Okay, it's nicely over the top. Get the remote inside. You can leave the battery in. It will last 5 to 7 days. It's not a problem. Here it is. And off you go. Okay, any other questions, Rebecca, you saw in the chat? So guys, if you have any other questions, now it's a good time. If not, can you share the code with everybody, please? Rebecca, can you share the code, please? You have the code on the last slide of the presentation. Thank you. So to buy the product at a $100 discount, you just go to our website, SitnStand.com, and choose the product you want. And in there, you'll have a promo code box that you just put MSU, small letters, because it's a case sensitive. And then you will see a $100 discount. It's not limited to the number of devices, and you can feel free to give it to your friends from the organization. And with that in mind, I would like to thank everyone. And if there are no further questions, back to you, Jason.
Thank you. That is an amazing product. If I saw this right, I saw it's also being sold through Amazon.
Correct. It's sold through Amazon. The code is only valid through our website. It's a very good question. The code is not valid through Amazon.
Okay. That actually was going to be my question. But, if you guys have any other questions, now's a great time to ask. I guess you can either type it in the chat or through the Q&A section. Again, Amir, amazing presentation. I love it. I know with it being recorded that we're going to probably within the next week or so, we'll have it posted to our social media platforms, Facebook, our website. And let me see, just double check here.
Guys, feel free if you have any questions to email us either on our Facebook or on our website. You can also, if you want to test the product, if you want to try the product in one of the stores, you can go to one of the stores. We have few quite a few stores already in the United States that you can try the product, so you can email us and we will give you the store that is close to your premises. I see a question here by Joe. Does the rechargeable battery come with your product? Yes, it does. Yes to both. Okay, thank you, Rebecca.
Rebecca, is it possible to put your guys' email address in, so if somebody has a question that they can just email you guys and ask?
Yes, we will put it on the chat now and you will see our email. Regarding a question that came in here, should I purchase the wheelchair or the compact? I must be honest with you, we have many customers that eventually find themselves buying more than one item, okay? We had the person in I think it is in Florida, he has 4 different items. One in his car, when he goes away, one at his grandchildren, you know, different usages. So choose the product that you think fits most of your lifestyle. Like if you mostly go out, if you mostly need the assistant in the transitions when you are out there, if you want to go out to restaurants more, if you want to fly more, if you want to lose the anxiety of where you're going to sit, you have to call the restaurants. All these are things that we've heard from customers. And feel free to buy first the compact, and then if it works, the code will still be valid for you to buy the wheelchair afterwards.
Now, is the code itself, is it per item or is it for the whole order?
No, so it's per item. So if you buy,
perfect.
Okay, you have to enter the code twice. You have to go through the process twice, unfortunately, but we are not limiting you. You know, if one person wants to buy 7 items, he would buy each individual item for $100 discount individually.
There is a question in the Q&A. Are the batteries interchangeable?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Thank you for this question. I forgot it from the presentation, so it wasn't so accurate. I forgot this element. It's totally interchangeable. So you can have a battery and place it on the compact, or on the wheelchair, or on the classic. They're all the same battery.
Perfect. Again, Amir, Rebecca, thank you for the presentation. It has truly been amazing. I love the fact that there are products out there for the myositis community. And Joe does have a question. What is the delivery lead time?
So we have a warehouse in Delaware in the United States. We hold stock in Delaware in the United States. So usually the delivery time is anything between 7 to 10 working days. It's not overnight or anything like that. It takes some time, but it reaches you, and we actually prefer you guys buying directly from us and not from Amazon for various reasons. But if you, however, do prefer it from Amazon, you can, but it's just without the code.
Are there, Lori would like to know, are there any chairs or sofas where this won't work on?
I would tell you that there are chairs that I wouldn't put it on, or sofas that I wouldn't put it on. But the rules of thumb is, if this is a chair that you would sit on, that you would feel comfortable sitting on without our product, you would feel comfortable sitting it with our product. Meaning, if this is a very tiny chair, if this chair is wobbly, if this chair can be tipped over very easily, I wouldn't sit on it as a person that maybe has issues with sitting and standing, because the chair is not safe for me as it is, and therefore my system it would improve the chair, but I wouldn't put my system on that specific chair. But I can't say there are set of sofas. For example, one of the questions we had is that you sink in the sofa. You would sink with our product as well, but when you stand up, it would give you another 8 inches from as low as you can go in that sinking sofa. Do you see what I mean?
Perfect, perfect. I think you might have touched up on this as well, but Patricia is wondering, so let's say if she was to place an order today, how long, I think you said, like 7 to 10 business days?
Correct.
She lives in San Francisco, where there is a theft problem. when a person orders it, is it coming UPS, FedEx? Will there be like a tracking number so they know
Yes, for sure. You
when
get
to
a
look for
tracking
it?
number. You get a tracking number. It's the usual way. You get a tracking number, and if you're specifically worried about this, feel free to email us, and we can take this specific shipment one step at a time, together with our customer support, and then you would feel more secure around the shipping. That's no problem.
Perfect. That's great. Armando's asking, you have I see that says you have a portable cushion
Yes.
that elevates only 6 inches. Now, is that the one
Yes.
that's the one with the memory foam cushion?
Correct. This is the lift assist device for the wheelchair. The lift assist device for the wheelchair has a 2 inches memory foam fixed into it. So you're also always sitting on 2 inches memory foam, and it has 3 bladders of air that lift 6 inches of air, plus 2 inches, that's 8 inches. But I can take any system, the classic, the compact, or the wheelchair, and lift myself only 6 inches by inflating only 3 levels.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Let's see. I see that Rebecca put in there free delivery and a 30-day free return, which is amazing. Rebecca and Amir, thank you for the presentation.
If you want to see, I would just say this: if you want to see more testimonials, or if you have further questions, you can email us. If you want to hear more from people that are using the product, I would encourage you to go to YouTube, type SitnStand's, and see more people using the product, different conditions, different medical conditions, and different products. And then maybe you can correlate to a specific person. Maybe that specific person doing the testimonial has a very specific, similar need to what you have. And by seeing the testimonial, it can build your confidence even further.
Perfect.
The question on the chat, warranty, it's a 2-year warranty.
2-year warranty, that's amazing.
2-year warranty, yeah. I know most products give 1 year, but we decided to give 2 years because we feel confident in the product. And I would just say that all the products elevate 8 inches, either 4 bladders of air, 2 inches increments, or the wheelchair, which is 8 inches, built from 2 inches memory foam, plus 6 inches of 2 inches increments of bladder of air.
Again, thank you for this. It's truly been amazing. So everybody have a good week. Have a good week.
Thank you so much for having us. Have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.